Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, Fishing for a Cause, we'll cast a preview of the 51st annual Charity Bass Tournament benefiting the Children's Therapy Center of the Quad Cities. And taking care of loved ones with compassion and grace. That's the mission at Park Vista. See the living options and levels of care this retirement community offers. And celebrating 100 years of collecting artwork, the Figge Art Museum has a new exhibit doing just that. We'll have a preview coming up. Welcome to Quad Cities Live. It is Thursday, September 18th. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Kyle Keel. Morgan has the day off. Well, we have a chance to raise a glass and celebrate for a good cause at the first ever LeClaire Wine Stampede. Not only will you be able to support local businesses and sample different Iowa wines, you'll also be able to help animals in need at one local shelter. Liz Quinn from Wide River Winery is the organizer of the inaugural event. Liz, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we're happy to have you. And we're happy to talk about a new event happening here in the Quad Cities, specifically in LeClaire, because this is the inaugural event happening this Saturday, 2 to 5 p.m. So what made you want to organize an event specifically? Well, first of all, Stampede, no less, but specifically for the cause that you're doing.
So, you know, the LeClaire used to have the wine hop a few years ago, and that ended, I believe, in 21 or 22. And the merchants came to Wide River Winery and said, will you guys please plan another wine walk type style event? And my friend Julia from Olathe Creek and I were like, yeah, let's do it. And let's embrace Iowa wine and celebrate Iowa wine for this particular wine walk. And then also we're both passionate about rescuing animals. I have a couple rescue cats and an adopted dog. So yeah, we wanted to blend, you know, helping animals in need and celebrate Iowa wine.
Yeah, you got to show off the shirt you brought. You got to show us off. You just want to drink wine and pet your cats. And that's Claire, our producer as well. She was looking forward to seeing that shirt, that's for sure.
Okay.
And you know, you made the announcement about the Iowa wines because really a very small percentage of wines that are purchased in Iowa that we consume, they're not necessarily made in Iowa.
Right.
That's a startling statistic in my opinion.
Yes, less than 6%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so we want to change that.
Yeah.
We want to expose everybody to Iowa wine. You know, in the wine industry, we're more friends than competitors, I would say.
Absolutely.
The better wine we all make as Iowa wineries, the better it elevates the industry, what people think of us, and come to Iowa and taste wine. Yeah,
and the wine gets better and better each and every year. So you're going to have, what is it, 7 different Iowa wineries that are going to be featured?
Yes, 7 different Iowa wineries.
Examples here.
Yes, so of course we'll be there.
Yes, of course.
Wide River Winery.
We'll have Wide River.
Olathe Creek Vineyard and Winery, you know, they're just north of LeClaire. They are, the great addition to the Iowa wine industry.
Absolutely.
Tycoga from DeWitt. And Fireside and Ackerman. They're a very popular Iowa winery located in Marengo.
All right. So how's this going to work? Because we're all going to get tickets. We can still get the tickets today and tomorrow, and then you're also doing it at the actual event, correct?
Yes, we are selling at the actual event. The price does go up $10.
Okay.
Though.
All right. So you got to get it today or tomorrow online. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But you get a map, and then you get this really cool wide Stampede glass. Yes, the wine Stampede glass, rather. So that's all included in that price.
Yes, yes, it is.
All right. And this takes place on all the businesses along Cody Road. So you can sample those wines and patronize the local businesses as well.
Exactly. All the businesses that are participating are Iowa based.
Yes, we love that. We love that. And of course we love the animals as well.
Right.
So it wouldn't be benefiting the animals without the animals themselves. So you can go pet some cats and maybe adopt some cats, right? All right, so where will they be located?
They will be at Skinderella's Wonderland Art Collective.
Yes, okay.
She has a really cool art studio.
She does. We've had her on the show before.
Okay, yeah. And so she has the perfect venue to host kittens that are up for adoption and would love to meet you.
Yes, absolutely. So, and we know that, from all the humane societies that we have and the local shelters that we have on the show, that cats especially are inundating our shelters. So this would be a good chance to maybe go and take a look at a cat as you sample your favorite wine. So there's a look at the participating wineries. We mentioned a few of those on there. So we've got Wide River, Olathe Creek, Tycoga, Lubin, Fireside, and Ackerman, Three Sons, and Bishop. So if you've not tried one of those Iowa wines this weekend, that'll be the chance to do it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Liz, thank you so much. This was fantastic. Well, Wide River Winery is located in LeClaire, obviously, and they're going to be having the Wine Stampede this Saturday, September 20th from 2 to 5 p.m. To purchase your tickets, remember, they go up in price on Saturday itself. Go to bit.ly/winestampede. And, of course, we'll have all of this information on our website. And it sounds like this is going to be a really fun event here for the first, I guess, the inaugural, not first annual, the inaugural.
Yeah, the
Wine
inaugural
Stampede
event. A bunch of my girlfriends and I are going too. So
awesome.
We're really looking forward to it.
Have a blast this weekend. Thanks so much, Liz. Well, the 51st Annual Children's Therapy Center of the Quad Cities Charity Bass Tournament is happening this Saturday. Details on how to register and support a good cause next on Quad Cities Live.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
We have quite a few events going on this weekend, including the Children's Therapy Center of the Quad Cities Charity Bass Tournament in its 51st year. The fishing event brings many to the Mississippi River, all for a good cause. Michelle Russell and her grandson, Paul Ingstrom, join us now to talk a bit more about the tournament. Paul, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Yes, and Michelle, welcome back. Talking about the 51st year for this fishing tournament. That's quite a long time, half a century. Russell, have you always been involved in it, or is this kind of a relatively new thing?
It is a new thing. 2020 is when so it's actually their 6th year. We've tried to breathe fresh air into it.
Sure.
And put our spin on charity giving back. So last year we raised the highest amount ever for the charity, $50,000.
Incredible. Love to hear that.
And we do it through our charitable foundation. So everyone who shows up, you know, this guy, you coming down to like do the line dancing or just enjoy the music. And
we don't want to see that, but we want to get you down there to do the line dancing, though. I want to see you there, right?
I'll be there. You'll be there, I hope. But everybody who shows up we donate another $10. Like, it's all free. There's no entry fee. We pay another $10 to the charity. And like, if you're there with your kids and they go to whatever school, we donate $10 per person to that school.
That's incredible. So, I mean, you really are raising a lot of money for, you know, such a great cause, such an important organization in our community. So, Paul, this will be many years for you that you participated. What do you like so much about this bass tournament?
I like it because it's an adventure. There's always something different each year. It's also fun for the community to get out and go fishing.
Yeah, exactly. So is there still time to register if we want to partake in the bass tournament?
Absolutely. You can even register the day of, which is Saturday. You can come down there. If you're boating, which like Cass, he's going out in the boat and coming back in at 3:30. You can do that the day of. There's fishing from the shore, so you can come down. We have fishing poles if you want to try it for the first time.
Sure.
It's a big goal of ours as well.
All right, so tell us more about this line dancing. So this all happens at the after party, which happens about 2 o'clock. So the fishing, of course, starts at 7 a.m. I think you take off at what? Was it Leach Park?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so then afterwards, we've got the party from 2 to 4:30. So line dancing, you wanted to highlight that.
Yes, it is going to be so much fun. It's perfect for this. You know, we got WLLR down there hosting the whole thing, emceeing.
That makes sense.
And an instructor. So if you're like me, don't dance, no rhythm. Hey. Or if
that's
you're a pro, like this guy, you know, you can get
so
out
you'll
and
be
have some
line
fun.
dancing, Paul.
Probably not.
Oh, your grandma put you on the spot there. So we mentioned that this benefits the Children's Therapy Center of the Quad Cities. So it's really helping these kids in our community.
Absolutely, and we call it Kids Helping Kids because we try to get a lot of kids out there.
Absolutely.
And you know, every head of a kid there counts towards the charity and the school. So it's just a big party that we're trying to put on to get people out.
And you highlighted the schools, so tell us more about that commitment and why you felt it was important to donate some of this money or some of the money from the tournament to these schools.
Yeah, well, we believe in, you know, having skin in the game. So, you know, we're happy, we're devoted. We've got like a, you know, charitable foundation, and we want to give money to our communities. All we ask is that you show up and have some fun. And you know, be counted. So. And
if we've seen the first alert forecast here over the last couple of days, there's been a chance of rain, but that's not going to shy anyone away, right?
So I'm told by fishermen. Like the ideal fishing conditions are not too much rain and not too hot. and I think it's kind of like
it'll be kind of in between that. I don't think there'll be a lot of rain, but it sounds like we'll have some good weather for that.
It'll be an adventure.
Yeah, there you go, and that's what it's all about, having an adventure all for a good cause. And there is still time to register for the Charity Bass Tournament. It's happening this Saturday, September 20th, with a launch from the Leech Park boat ramp. And don't forget, everyone is invited to the after party from 2 to 4:30 p.m. between the I-74 bridge and the Isle of Capri. If you want to register for the tournament, that of course benefits the Children's Therapy Center of the Quad Cities, be sure to visit ctcbass.com/register, and we'll be sure to put all of this information up on our website. And if you want to register the day of, like Michelle said, you'll be able to do just that coming up this Saturday.
Come on down. You have not really even registration. We'll write your name down. You get free food. We're cooking tenderloins and hot dogs.
Tenderloins and hot dogs. I mean, sounds like a good Midwest meal there. All right, Michelle, Paul, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, well, coming up next on Quad Cities Live, if you or an older family member are looking to downsize soon, Park Vista may be just the place. We'll take a closer look at this retirement living community next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Taking care of our loved ones with compassion and grace. As we mentioned, that is the goal at Park Vista Retirement Living, with locations in East Moline and Comanche. This may be the opportunity for you or a loved one to live your retired lives comfortably. Cindy Kunis joins us now. She is the Regional Sales and Marketing Director for Park Vista. Thank you so much for joining us today, Cindy.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yes, of course. So give us a little bit of background of Park Vista for those who may not be familiar with your involvement in the Quad Cities and really beyond.
Yep. So Park Vista in East Moline joined the group in 2009.
Okay.
The Comanche property was built in 2018, so it's a little bit newer property. Park Vista altogether has 6 properties in Wisconsin, as well as the East Moline and Comanche, and it's locally owned. Our owner lives in Clinton.
Yes, Clinton, Iowa, locally owned. So that's also an important part. It's nice that we have someone here locally that is taking part in this retirement community and really helping our retired citizens kind of live that comfortable life. So what makes Park Vista different from other area retirement facilities? Because you guys do things maybe a little differently.
Well, one of the things that I always like to talk about is the size of our apartments, especially in our memory care units. We have large units that can accommodate couples, as we see people sometimes struggling with memory care issues earlier in life, and they'd like to stay together in a unit, and instead of just having small studios, we have large 2-bedroom units that can accommodate a couple.
And that really kind of leads to the whole comfortable living. Exactly. Okay, and I know you wanted to highlight the special murals at the East Moline location because it really highlights the Quad Cities as a whole and the region as well.
Oh, yes. So this was a project that
look at that.
Was put together by Park Vista, and some of them were even painted by our staff members.
Oh, very cool.
And the purpose behind that, these are all in our memory care unit, and the purpose behind that is to invoke memories from folks that are struggling with dementia and memory care issues. That makes sense. So things like Vanderveer Park, the Maidrite, Lago Marcinos, Whitey's, we have American Gothic.
Oh yeah, the American
Field
Gothic.
of Dreams, things that will evoke memories, and some of these murals also have activity centers with them, so they can do things that are pertaining to the mural.
Sure, and you know, you highlighted your staff, and it's important to note that you've got really some longtime staff members, so for those who are living long-term at these facilities, they have some familiar faces helping them out.
Yep, and that's nice because having long-term speaks to the integrity of your community and your buildings, and it also provides cohesive care for our residents. So they have people that know their needs, know their little things about them that make them happy and comfortable.
All right, and we're looking at some photos of the residents there. You know, a lot of people think, you know, retirees, they don't really do much, but you talk to anyone who's retired and they will tell you that they're probably even more busy than when they worked. So you make sure that you keep some busy schedules at your facilities.
Oh yes, we have incredible activity departments in both the Comanche and North Hill communities. They are doing things not only inside the building, but we bus them to things as well. So they're always going to concerts and events and ball games. And I always say they have a busier social life than I do.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a busier one than myself as well. So let's talk about the specific care, because you offer independent, assisted living, memory care, and also very important to note, respite care as well.
Right, and respite care, some folks are not familiar with that, so that's a temporary stay.
Right.
So those are folks that might want to try out, you know, stick a toe in a little bit, especially if their family's encouraging them. They can stay up to 28 days.
Okay.
We also offer it for folks that are coming out of an illness or a surgery and might need a little bit more nursing care so they can be more successful when they come home.
Sure.
So sometimes they come for that purpose. And also it's a chance for caregivers to have either some assistance, or sometimes they have things to do, like maybe an out-of-town wedding.
Sure.
And they need someone to care for their loved one that they trust and are comfortable with.
Yeah.
So a lot of folks come and stay with us for that basis as well.
And it might be a good trial run, you know, for down the road when they may need to maybe stay there on a more permanent basis.
Exactly.
So, the website that we're going to pull up here, if you want to contact Park Vista, is it's parkvistaliving.org. You want to visit that website. There you'll be able to see the multiple locations, not only locally, but throughout the region. And we want to note that there's some trick-or-treat events happening here soon where residents will be handing out some candy to the kids, and everyone's welcome, right?
Yep, so that's open to the public. Both our buildings will do that. And they're very popular events. So the residents, we will have candy, and they'll be able to be outside of their apartments and handing out candy just like they did in their own private homes. So it's great for the residents, and it's great for the community.
Oh, I'm sure those residents love that and eat those kids up, right? All right, well, thank you so much, Cindy, for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, well, still to come on QCL, 100 Years of Collecting. We'll have highlights from the newest exhibit at the Figge Art Museum, plus a way you can adopt artwork. That's next on Quad Cities Live.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
All year long, the Figge Art Museum has been celebrating 100 years, and now we get a chance to check out a new exhibit showcasing the museum's treasures going back to its beginnings in 1925. Figge co-senior curator Joshua Johnson is back with us to talk about 100 years of collecting. That's the new exhibit going on. Joshua, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know you're having a big celebration here this evening, so thank you for taking time to talk to us about this exhibit, which, again, you know, we've been celebrating the centennial anniversary really all year long, and it kind of all culminates tonight with this exhibit that's going to be open to the public.
Yeah, this is a really fantastic opportunity to really kind of tell the entire story since the founding of the institution in 1925 up until the present, through really focusing on about 7 really special gifts to the museum, collections of works that really formed the DNA of the museum as it is.
All right, so we're looking at some photos of some of that artwork that's going to be on display. So what are some of the must-sees and what makes them so special?
So what I think is so special about this exhibition is just the quantity of works that it's on view. There's over, let me do some quick math, there's about 300 pieces that are on view.
300 pieces?
Well, around 200 of them about cameos, but you know, and I might be exaggerating a little bit. You'll have to come check my math there.
Exactly. But count every single one of them.
Yes. So it's an opportunity really to get to see the breadth of this collection, and also so many works from really the foundational gift by C.A. Figge, a former Davenport mayor, who gave 334 pieces back in 1925 to jumpstart the creation of what was then the Davenport Municipal Art Gallery, what would become the Figge Art Museum.
Yeah, so a lot has really evolved over the last 100 years. So how has the museum's collection evolved in those years?
So it's interesting. So with each new kind of major collection that we focus on within the exhibition, you see how the kind of the flavor of the collection and the institution changes.
Sure.
So Figge's gifts were really focused on, you know, American art, some portraiture, Spanish colonial works, some Dutch old masters, and then we get into the gifts by C.T. Lindley and Clara Brandt and a little bit by Adler, and it's really kind of American landscape painting that's really developed. And then Dr. Neiswanger gives a gift of Haitian paintings that really, again, gives a major shift to the museum collection. And then Brent Sikkema with his photography collection and the Lewis collection with these modern and contemporary works by American and Canadian masters really bring us up into the present.
Sure.
So you can really see the institution morphing into what it is today through these major gifts.
Yeah, and see how art has really changed over the last century as well. All right, well, something new in conjunction with this exhibit is adopt an artwork. So this sounds very interesting. So how is it going to work?
So within the exhibition itself, there's a selection of works that are available for people to kind of express an interest in. And so there's an availability to adopt these works, and those funds will go towards continuing to support the exhibition, support the conservation of these works, and making sure that the museum continues for another 100 years.
So this
or
really,
more, hopefully.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Well, let's keep this going for
Yeah.
a very long time. So we have the information right there. You want to connect with Sarah Morby to adopt an artwork. So you can do that by emailing her or calling the phone number on your screen. So what kind of impact is that going to have? I mean, you kind of touched on it there. This really could have lasting impacts for decades to come.
Yeah, I mean, with all of these works, especially some of the more historic pieces in the collection, there's constant kind of conservation needs, needs for additional research, new frames, etc. And so the funding like this helps us continue those efforts, continue to make sure that these artworks and the institution thrive.
All right, and the public's invited to the celebration tonight, right?
Yes, and there is actually some 2 new works that are being unveiled that are recent donations, so it's a very exciting opportunity, so people should stop down.
All right, what, 6 o'clock tonight, correct?
Yes.
All right, 6 o'clock at the Figge Art Museum tonight, and of course, we have plenty of time. How long is that exhibition on?
You have until January 11th.
January 11th. If you want to learn more about the new exhibit, 100 Years of Collecting, and how you can adopt artwork at the Figge, be sure to head to FiggeArtMuseum.org. Josh, as always, we appreciate you bringing us the latest in the exhibits at the Figge Art Museum. And here's to year 101 and beyond.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching Quad Cities Live. Jeopardy is coming up next, followed by your local news at 4. We'll see you back here tomorrow.